All right, all you devils, how's it going? Sam here with you. Monday the 4th here. It's a little after 11 for me here in Austin. So we'll get to Bitcoin here. It's a good day for an update here as we've had a decent correction here. Before we do, just a reminder, last day of the New Year's special, right? So this is discounts on all the educational membership for those of you that are interested in the belt system. So 15 on the monthly, which we don't often discount the monthly. Usually it's multi-months, but then 20 on the 3, 25 on the 6, 30% on the 12. And then all of the indicators are available at a 20% discount. If you're looking for, you're not sure, you can always find it over on our Twitter feed. It'll be the second or third post down here. So if you're looking for those discount codes, you just put that into your cart as you're checking out, and it'll tweak the pricing for you. Right? So just so you know, last day of that, we'll run it till midnight tonight. Okay, so let's get over to Bitcoin. Now, this is no modification to the count. Well, let's see, from our update on Friday, no need to, right? So, but I think we can be a little bit more definitive about where we are here and a little more conviction in the idea that we've completed an impulse here. So if I draw it in, here's the 1, 2, here's the 3 to complete the impulsive 3. It looks like the 4 just went in. Now we're working on 5. So interesting here, we come right to the Vegas wave. Boom. All right. Then there is, I'm just using, we've got it right here. So from the 2 low up through the 3, we got through the 50. Came right to this structure here. There's a little bit of a base there. That was a pretty extreme wick. But what you have to look at and just marvel is how quickly that was rejected. This is a 2-hour bar, but look at the rejection, right? So whether it's institutions or retail, it doesn't matter, right? So just the opportunity to buy it on a retrace was so substantial. That's just a massive wick rejection right there. So no reason at this point to assume anything other than the ABC is in, given the depth of that. And then we're working with the 1 now is in, working on the 2 to go up and get the 5, right? So we're looking to complete the 5 at this degree. 3, 4 is in, going for that 5, but we're trying to complete the 5th of the next degree up, which would be off of this 3, 4, still seeking that 5. Right? So that's really what we're after. Interestingly, we've got an extension in the 5th of the 3rd here, and this looks like certainly this will be an extension in the 5th relative to the next degree. But ultimately, all in search of the larger 3rd off of the COVID low, right? That's the big one we're seeking to find here. So this reasonable target's up here. If that's going to hold, that is our 4, right? There's never any certainty. Can't assume anything, but we have a repeatable pattern here. We have a good probability zone. We have a retrace into some structure. We've got a potentially here, we've got a technical pivot that we can work with. So if this is coming back down, even if I go to an hourly, let's go back to hiding that one, and we'll go down to the smaller degree. Maybe 30 will do it. Let's look at the 30 here. All right, so if that's the 1 off of the low, right, coming back down for the 2, looks pretty straight. Oh, God, every time. Looks pretty straightforward. If I can draw it. Here, 50, the golden zone. We've got this prior structure here right at the golden zone. You've got a little volume here via the volume profiles as we went sideways here. So there's a base of support. So if this comes down here, this is, I think, a reasonable opportunity. Maybe you split it between the 50 and the golden zone, looking for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th going up to get that. Reasonable. So, a correction like this, even though it's jarring when it's happening and you see it like, oh shit, where's it going? This is healthy for the market. We need to do this. I mean, look, the RSI was so damn hot up here. What did we get to? 92? And then you had the divergence, right? So it was all screaming at you that it was likely to set up a correction, right? So look at the RSI divergence. Even the Elliott Wave oscillator here, and this is an RSI of the on-balance volume. So again, just multiple divergence all setting up here. Now we have a pretty good sell-off here. Look what we did in the RSI. Right now, this is a 30-minute. Let's go back to that 2-hour. Just take a look how we did there. So not quite to the low. But that's just curious on the hourly. We got it. Yeah. So we got it on the hourly. Again, there's no absolute guarantee that that's the pivot low, but certainly it's a reasonable spot to be looking for it. So a question always is, where's a reasonable, relatively low risk opportunity to get into the market? Well, there's one right there. But I sure as hell would have a stop on it. And if you're going to trade with leverage, well, of course, that's mandatory. Now you could, if it's me, I wouldn't be trading with much leverage, if any at all. So for me, I'd put the stop under the pivot. That's me, right? So, but if you're going to go with leverage, I might use, 786, 887 at max, if you want to give it plenty of breathing room. Or, of course, the alternative is just wait till it comes down here, look for signs of a bounce, right? And if you get the bounce, then there'll need to be another internal, there'll need to be this, right, to get the impulsive 3. So wait for the 1, 2. So you're trading off of the potential for a higher low, right? So you'd have low, swing, higher low, swing, higher low, right? So now you've got all the ingredients that would be there for the potential for that to go into its third and ultimately get up there. So don't be reckless. This is not a time. We're just starting the new year. We've got all sorts of opportunity. Alts look like they're going to go as well. So this is not a time to be reckless. Focus always, how much could I lose? Never how much could I make? Right? You got to fight that urge. Oh God, look how much I could make if it gets up there. How much could you lose if you get stopped out? Always the focus. All right, guys. I think we'll probably let's do an update here as well, since this is just brief, since we just looked at it on Friday. But this is good news, I think. We'll look at perhaps we'll look at ETH and Litecoin as well. Okay, guys, that should be coming to you shortly. But then again, don't forget, right? Last day for this one. All right, guys, back to you shortly.